Hi, I'm Gregory Blair, and this is Tools, Not Rules. Tips for screenwriters. Hi, I'm Gregory Blair, and welcome to Tools, Not Rules. Tips for screenwriters. Episode 4. The narrative imperative. Now, what the heck do I mean by that? Well, you're writing a story. You need, in a screenplay, to tell your story in the most efficient way. That means nothing goes on the page if it isn't absolutely necessary to telling that story. If you can leave something out and your story still makes sense, it should never have gone in there in the first place. That can be descriptions, that can be whole characters, it can be lines of dialogue, it can be single words, sentences, images, entire scenes. So it's a huge thing to pay attention to as you go along. Great examples are character description. Never give hair color or eye color unless it's so important to your story that your story won't make sense without telling that feature. If you're writing a sci-fi story, in the sci-fi world, everyone has black eyes, and this baby's born with blue eyes. Okay, that's important. That's unique. That's part of that character's story in some way because, the blue eyes are a problem, blah, blah, blah. Think of Wicked. This character is born green. That's weird. Okay, her green color is important. It's unique. Otherwise, it's not relevant. When it comes to casting, I've been a director, I can promise you, I'm not going to pay any attention to the hair color or the eye color. So it's a waste of your time unless it's narratively imperative. So keep that in mind when you are describing characters. What is absolutely essential? If you're writing a story about a basketball player, probably the height is going to be important, okay? Whether he's tall or incredibly short. Maybe you're telling the story of the shortest basketball player ever. So height would be important. Character, I mentioned. A lot of times people put in characters that have one line, unless that line is so important and it has to be said by that particular character for some narrative reason, I would leave it out. Dialogue. Look at your dialogue very carefully. What must be said verbally? What can you not show on screen and absolutely has to be conveyed for your story to make sense? That's the only thing that should be written into your dialogue. It's tricky and it's tough because we love to write dialogue. Same thing for action. Every single action line you write, it's gotta be absolutely necessary that that character takes that action. If it isn't, it doesn't belong there. All of this sort of relates to our earlier episode about tight writing. All of the things I'm talking about ultimately in some way connect. It's one of the wonderful things about all of the tools that I give you. Think about episode 1 when I talked about choosing colorful words. I said, don't say somebody is short and fat. Say they're stumpy. Stumpy is a more interesting word, and stumpy is only one word instead of tall, what did I say? Short and fat, which is 3 words. So you make the writing tighter, and you tell us more succinctly the one imperative thing we need to know. If, again, it's imperative that this character is stumpy. If his being short is important somehow because narratively they're going to get to a point where he doesn't get to be on the basketball team, let's say, or something. So that's what I'm talking about when I say the narrative imperative. Only put things in your script that are absolutely necessary, and your script will be 1,000 times more efficient and interesting and exciting and successful. All right. So get writing.